long. I hate this. Let's keep going.
This morning, the Florida law critics dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill is expanding.
Gender ideology has no place in our K through 12 school system, and we've made that very, very clear. It is wrong for a teacher to tell a student that they may have been born in the wrong body or that their gender is a choice.
Governor Ron DeSantis, a likely 2024 presidential candidate, was in South Carolina yesterday as Florida's Board of Education agreed to ban classroom instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in all grades except for health class.
Show the amendment approves.
The original legislation last year, called the Parental Rights in Education Law, affected only kindergarten through third grade. At the time, DeSantis appeared to emphasize it only applied to young children.
We're going to make sure that parents are able to send their kid to kindergarten without having some of this stuff injected into their school curriculum.
Expanding the law does not need DeSantis' approval, though the board made the move after he made the request. The board saying its vote reaffirms Florida's commitment to uphold parental rights and keep indoctrination out of our schools. Critics, especially from the LGBTQ community.
It's such a funny take to say, like, we got to keep indoctrination out of our schools. Like, that's the entire purpose of a school, you fucking idiot. Like, why do these people think school exists? No, the real reason why they're saying it is they want to indoctrinate the children in the way that they see fit. Okay? Not in the way that is, like, based on empathy and science, scientific consensus, but, like, the way that they want to indoctrinate children. It's a different format of the same argument that was happening under the Bush era, where they were like, hey, you shouldn't be teaching evolution. The jury's out on that. You shouldn't be teaching evolution to our children. Y'all remember that shit? I mean, some of you were literally not born back then, so you probably don't remember. I was alive, and a young Hasan that loved looking at American politics remembers perfectly when they banned stem cell research, for example, and then Germany started kicking America's ass on that field when the theory of evolution was a subject matter of discussion. It was not new.
Are voicing concern that they or their children will be censured.
You cannot legislate these clothes off of my body, and you cannot legislate me out of the classroom.
Currently, Florida parents are allowed to sue school districts over violations, and teachers who violate the ban risk having their licenses revoked. As for that health class, the only place sexual orientation and gender identity can be taught, officials...
Why would they put that in? Because, I'll be honest, you want to know why? And people are going to get mad at me for saying this, because it's cringe, okay? That's why. That's why they do it. That's why they put it in there. To subtly, make these fucking already transphobic parents, like, go absolute bananas mode. Okay? Like, there are places where you should let your freak flag fly. Go off kings, queens, the emperors, all you want to do. School is not one of those fucking places. So when a normie who already is, like, geared towards being transphobic sees you letting your freak flag fly in some respects, I'm not saying that you should be boy modding when you're fucking teaching at school or anything, by the way. Don't misunderstand me. But, like, it sucks. It sucks when, cringe is used as a justification for making your existence illegal. And unfortunately, boy moding, not modding. Sorry, I know. I think it's funnier to say boy modding, though. It's cooler, don't you think? Am I crazy about that? I feel like boy modding sounds cooler, no? Like, I'm boy modding today type shit. I hurt the cause. I'm literally the cringe guy you're talking about. No. Like, in the eyes of fucking transphobic people, when you get sassy on camera, there's a deliberate reason why fucking teachers, or not teachers, sorry. There's a deliberate reason why mainstream media puts you in there. Not the overarching coverage, okay? But just that one moment. It's the same principle behind fucking libs of TikTok. Every time. What do I always say? Cringe is not illegal. Every time libs of TikTok finds another queer teacher to dox and literally send fucking waves of attack against, okay? It's over some cringe shit that they did on TikTok where they're like doing the TikTok voice and, you know, talking into the fucking camera. Okay? It's just how it is. They're going to use anything and everything they can. Transphobia is going to continue regardless. Whether you are letting your freak flag fly or not doesn't really fucking matter. But like I said, I'm not saying boy mode when you're doing something like that. But it's usually best to put your best representative foot forward in situations like that, where you know your audience that you're presenting yourself to. That's it. Or just don't be on TV. Well, there is that too, because they're going to fucking use that against you anyway. But look, you're very brave, okay, chatter? You are, ultimately. But you got to code switch a little bit, just a little tiny bit. It's not even technically code switching. It's more so like knowing the audience that you are presenting yourself to when you're engaging in activism. It doesn't matter. No matter what happens, people are still going to be fucking ruthless towards you. They're going to be awful towards you. They're going to be terrible towards you. And you are very brave for being able to put yourself out there. But reading in the room and a little bit of pandering is an unfortunate necessity. You know what I mean? Or keep doing it. Like, I'll keep defending you. I don't really give a shit. But, you know, remember that my defense in that regard is going to be cringe is not illegal, and people should not justify, people behaving in a cringe fashion as a reason for why, they should not exist. It's really fucking frustrating. The correct term is called stealthing. I don't know. What the... Be yourself? No, not like that. I mean, here's a great example, okay? Here's a great example of this. Like, I don't have any issue with fucking gauges, right? I mean, I think gauges are kind of gross, but whatever. Like, I'm not going to fucking go out of my way and be like, oh, face tattoos or gauges are fucking insane. Like, what the fuck? Right? Or a fuck ton of piercings. But if you're going in front of, like, conservative parents and you wear all of your fucking piercings, then yeah, they're going to look at that and go, what the fuck? Also, I don't think it's called stealthing, and we shouldn't call it stealthing because stealthing is when you secretly take out the condom. It's a form of rape. To be fair, they look at you and go, what the fuck? Yeah. That's true. I do this all the time. Okay? I do this all the time. I tailor my commentary towards an audience. If you see me debating, depending on who I'm talking to, I have much different talking points. Okay? Much different talking points. Because you have to recognize who you are catering your message towards. Boy moding is literally a trans term that women use and sometimes trans mass people use. Is valid to use for that. Yeah, no, I wasn't even saying boy mode it though. Because I think that that's fucked up. No, you shouldn't like literally dress in a way that you shouldn't present yourself differently than the way you see your gender. Okay, than the way you feel, the way you experience your gender. It's just that like there are, I guess, womanly clothes or femme clothes that you can wear that are, I don't know, more acceptable. That's the reason why I said don't boy mode it when you're, I'm not saying you should boy mode it when you're fucking talking to a broader audience. Anyway, no matter what happens, people fucking yell at me about this, but the unfortunate reality is that when you are speaking to an audience, you have to frame your arguments towards them, and that in many instances is not even going to fucking change the reality. These people are fucking psychotic, bloodthirsty monsters. So if you want to do what you want to do, go off, kings, queens, and emperors. If you don't want to read the room, go off, because it's not really going to change anything one way or the other. You know what I mean? It's not. But if you want to try and put your best foot forward, catering your messaging and your presentation to the audience that you're talking to is the best thing to do, 100%. And you can make a small, you can make incremental change in your immediate space if you do that. But it is what it is. And it's funny coming from me because I don't do that either. Not that like I have, any kind of deviation from being gender conforming, right? I don't, like, but I dress up like a fucking clown ass all the time. And ultimately, I'm sure that probably takes away from people recognizing what I'm saying. My instinct when I first started being masked was to wear the mask as close as humanly possible. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Reading the room is a form of public speaking, important nonetheless. Yeah. I'm not transphobic, but I fully support penis inspection day for everyone. For certain cis males such as myself, there's virtually no scenario where I can consensually expose my penis to another real-life human being. I'm very lonely. Another Striker 6 banger in the works. That's great. All right, let's continue.
Say parents can choose to opt their kids out of that class.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News
Thanks,
YouTube.
George.
We turn